Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. Um, right now, I'm gonna start a little fire. As I was hiking to this location, I took the time to stop and gather dry little material for tinder and kindling along my way because it's wet conditions. We just recently had some snow melt, so all the ground is soaked up to moisture, and anything laying on the ground is going to soak up a lot too. So you can't find good firewood on the ground in wet conditions. You got to kind of look up high. So that if it's a permissive environment, no threats around, no potential for danger. It's good to, as you're traveling in wet environments, to gather a little material along the way. Put it in your pockets, and if it is a little wet, your body heat will warm it up a little and dry it out some. Uh, but that's what I did. I took a little bark from this tree right here. It's pretty dry. Roughed it up on my hands, like so. Make a nice little bed of this dry tinder right here. And I'm gonna start my fire with a ferro rod that I got at Ace True Value called Coglins. It's a 4-inch ferro rod and a steel. I added the orange paracord lanyard in case I drop it. It's high visibility. You know, on essential items like this, you want to put high vis tape or cordage on there in case you drop it. It's easy to find, easy to see. I am working out of my administration pouch, my admin pouch, which contains my fire kit. Inside of my fire kit, I got some homemade fire starting material, and this is just a makeup tin that you place these facial cleansers in to clean off makeup. 100% cotton, and what I did was soak these in lighter fluid and then coated them in paraffin racks. And in my travels, I just add a little, like this is pitch from a pine tree and whatnot. And so what I'm gonna do is take one of those. I'm gonna break off a little bit like that, and I'm gonna fluff it up so all the fibers are all nice and bushy. I'm gonna place it in here. Take one of these sticks that I gathered along my way, and I'm gonna make a feather stick. That's what they call them. And what that is basically just taking your knife and carving little feathers into the dry twig, and those little feathers catch real easy. And so I'm gonna make a couple of those because it's a windy day and I want to make sure to get my fire going. Just be patient, get everything prepared beforehand. Remember, like Sun Tzu said in The Art of War, preparation is the key to successful outcome in battle. And we're out here in the elements. I don't really consider being out here battling nature. I'm not at war with nature. I'm at war with myself and my ignorance. And I win the battles in that war by dispelling ignorance, by learning new skills and practicing new techniques. You know, it's a beautiful little fire stick like this with a feather stick, excuse me. There's a couple of those. Put them right next to where I'm gonna lay my fire. Make me another one. Make this one a little, whoops, yep, that happens. When you're doing this, it's good to do it over where you're gonna lay your fire, so if it does flick off like that, because I was being careless and rushing, it'll go basically where you lay your fire and just add to your tinder material, you know? It's a good thing to do. This, you wanna carve around the little edges, so like I carved a notch right there. I'm gonna go to the corner it made, the edge it made, and carve there, and then the next edge, and then back. Just kind of rotating it as you go along. Nice, slow and easy. You can add as many feathers as you want or whatever. See, I rotate it just a little bit to stay on the edges that I create with that initial cut. It's fat, nice, little feathering. You want to make 2 or 3 of these. You know, one will do once you get good at this technique and get good at laying fires. Fire starting is an art and a skill that must be practiced. Fire is warmth, it's light, it's cooked food, it's purified water, it's comfort in the night, it dispels predators. Yeah, man. Smoke in a emergency situation where you need to signal rescuers, you know, it's a signal, a signaling device. Here, I'll give you guys a look at where I'm at. The wind's coming from this way, so I put up a little bit of a fence right here and just got a nice little spot under this big old girl right here. Got Henry with me. Snow on the mountains. It's a beautiful day. Glad you guys joined me. So let's go ahead and see if I can get this started on the first shot, man. I got a little bit of a vodka and lemon juice, so excuse me while I take a sip. And get all my little tinder prepared. Little piles in line of how I need to add them to this. So I have my fire lay in the middle, I have my feather sticks next, and my smaller twigs, and then go a little pile of smaller twigs, and then my larger ones, and that way I could just add them. Some people build their fire right from the jump, but I like working with different things and trying new techniques and see what's up. It's important to practice this skill. It is. Like, I don't say that lightly, you know. All right, let's run this up. So as I'm using a ferro rod and a striker, or your knife, the 90-degree angle on your knife, which is on the spine. If you buy a knife that doesn't have a 90-degree angle on the spine, you need to file it down so you get that sharp edge to strike your ferro rod. Big thanks to Andrew with Ranger Field and Survival. He taught me about the Mora Companion, a real cost-effective, good woodman knife. It's sharp, it's well made, Scandi grind. It's the Mora Companion. I think it ran me like 29 bucks or something, but it's been a real pleasure working with this knife, and I'm surprised because it wasn't expensive at all. And so thank you, Andrew, for turning me on to this knife. I had to take it and file down the spine to create a 90-degree angle, and I did that close to the handle right here. But good knife, great knife. I owe a lot to that guy, Andrew. He's a wonderful teacher, and anyways, I just want to say thank you, Andrew. If you ever watch one of my videos, I learned a lot from you, man, and I appreciate you. You're a master. As I'm striking this, I'm not going to strike using the steel in case it slips and I scatter my material. Under cold conditions, you don't want to mess up, man. You want to take your time, go slow. Fingers will be numb. Trust me, I went and dipped my hand in ice water before coming out here and striking fire steels, just so I could get myself accustomed to having to start a fire with low dexterity and numb fingers. It's a bitch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold my steel steady where I want to strike, and I'm gonna pull the ferro rod away from the steel to catch that strike. Got a light. I'm gonna add one of these feather sticks. Another one. Third one. Start adding a few twigs. Get into some of the bigger stuff. I strongly suggest you make your own fire starting material at home, you know, and keep it in a fire kit or in your everyday carry. Just a couple of these rounds is cool, bro. Put them in a saran wrap or a little case, carry them with you. I also got a couple lighters on me. I got a rechargeable lighter, and then I have a regular Bic wrapped with duct tape. You know, duct tape's a good flame extender. So, you know, I have multiple ways to start fires on you. Keep at all times. You know, like Andrew says, again, thank you. One is none, two is one. You know, yeah. Two knives equals one. What if you drop one and lose it? If you break fire steel, what if your lighter fails on you? You know what I mean? Here we go. It's good and set. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Thanks for tuning into this. Catch you guys in the next video.